welcome to Paul's Picks. And today we're going to talk about the Tesla Cybertruck. It's been like all over the news, everybody's talking about it, and it's really like, it's one of those things where it's kind of like it makes you think because it's so different. It's not like a regular new vehicle. Something comes out, you're like, oh, that's pretty nice. If you're really into that truck or something or car, you might talk about it with your friends or whatnot, but this one really here kind of like, I don't know, it's just causing such a buzz. I guess because it's so ugly. Yes, it is ugly. Anyways, so I was gonna do a second reaction. I don't know exactly how many days it is. It's about a week or so since it's been released. At least the reveal of it. So I hear a lot of people are saying how it's growing on you. It grows on you. It's not so ugly anymore. I thought it was ugly, but now it's rather genius. It's a genius idea. Well, do I think it's still? Did it grow on me? I guess that's a big question. No, I still think it's ugly. The only thing about it has some decent geometry where the windows kind of line up kind of cool with the rest of the body. But I still think it's ugly. I would say I was starting to understand it more, though. I'll give it that credit. I'm starting to understand the Cybertruck a little more and realize maybe there is a place for it. Maybe there's a market for it. So I was starting to give in a little. But I think the market really is for commercial use because it's ugly. Okay, and also, but I thought maybe I saw some renderings with paint on it, and I think that would make a big difference. I think one of the reasons why it's so ugly is because of the sheet metal look, whatever it is. It's not stainless steel, but whatever it is. But that non-painted look, steel look. That's one of the reasons why it's ugly. That's if you put some paint on it and you put some stripes or maybe painted a nice looking truck on it, maybe it won't look so bad. And then I realized the genius behind the construction of it, which is genius to one level because it is most trucks there's a frame and then you put the body on top of the frame. Everything's on top of the frame, but the meat of it is the frame. That's what makes the truck so strong. Well, this one apparently doesn't have that traditional frame. It has, I guess the reason why the reason why it's shaped that way is because it's made out of steel that's so thick, so strong that you can't bend it. And that actually is the frame. So the frame of the car actually is the ugly sheet metal on the outside. It's considered like called an exoskeleton. That's why they say it's bulletproof, and they hit it with a jackhammer, and it doesn't bend. I like to try that myself. Not a jackhammer, sledgehammer. Yeah, okay, so anyways, so that's why it's so strong. So I was like, oh, that's pretty genius. It's pretty smart. I mean, if you're in a construction site, or you're doing, if you're a construction site, or have some kind of business where things are falling around and moving around a lot, things will eventually hit your truck and scratch it up, dent it up. So if you paint it, which will make it look better, it'll still scratch, but oh well. It won't look so ugly. But there won't be the body damage. So, so you save money on that. But then, so here's the thing. So I was starting to, and then also the price of it is so low. I was really shocked how low, when you think about the entry-level Cybertruck is about the same price as a basic full-size pickup truck. Which pickup trucks are so expensive nowadays. And then you save money on gas with the electricity. So, yeah, I guess it makes some sense. Still ugly though. But here's the thing I started to realize or think about. And maybe they have an answer to this, but I haven't heard about it. But most vehicles have crumple zones. Yes, as time goes on, companies are getting more and more responsible with their vehicles, so they want to make them safer and safer for the passenger and for people outside the vehicle, so like pedestrians or whatnot. So I don't know if you noticed, but like a lot of cars on the front, it's rather soft. It's like plastic almost. It is plastic, and then it gives a little. If you fall on one, you're not going to kill you. If you just bump into a car or a car bumps into you and you fall on top of it right, you might not get too badly hurt. And then the crumple zones, if you get into an accident, the crumple zones absorb the impact. That way it's not a sudden stop. You're like, ugh! So the crumple zone absorbs that impact. So it's safer. The newer cars are getting safer for passengers, the driver, and people outside the vehicles. But the Cybertruck doesn't have crumple zones, from my understanding. No crumple zones means, well, if you hit something, it's going to stop like a rock. And then all the force will be on you going forward. You know, so then maybe they have huge airbags or something. And really, it's so heavy. I didn't get the weight of it. I tried to look up the weight, and I couldn't find a listing for how much a Cybertruck weighs. But you know it's going to weigh more than a regular gasoline-powered or diesel-powered vehicle, because the electric cars and the electric cars, SUVs, are heavier than your typical traditional they're heavier than the gasoline vehicles. So you know the truck's going to be really heavy, and it's going to have a bulletproof exoskeleton shell on it. So yeah, it'll probably be safe for the driver, because the driver could probably plow through cars. He'd probably drive right through a brick wall, you know. But there goes the problem. Yeah, it might be safe for the driver. The driver's basically it's going to be in a tank. But if you're another vehicle and you get hit by a Cybertruck, it's going to destroy your vehicle. It's going to crush you. It's going to kill you. It's going to it's going to be so much, there's no absorption. It's going to be a full-on metal. It's a tank, a pointed arrow-like tank coming at you. Super heavy, super strong, no crumple zones, no soft sheet metal, nothing. Just a steel frame coming at you. Now, maybe, like I said, maybe they have an answer to that. Maybe the front absorbs in. I don't know, but I haven't heard anything. But if it doesn't, then they got a problem. So hopefully they have a solution to that, and I don't know about it. Maybe they figured that out already. Because that wouldn't really be socially responsible for the people you're sharing your road with to have a vehicle that dangerous. Because let's face it, it's great for me because I'm smart. I'm a great driver. I drive for a living. But like I said, I drive for a living, and I know there are some terrible drivers out there. Now, I always felt this way, that when I'm out on the road, it seems like the trucks are the most aggressive drivers. Not all pickup truck owners, but a lot of them are very aggressive. They'll intimidate you by getting on your bumper. That way, you'll get out of their way. But that's a dangerous practice in a regular truck. Now, imagine that in a Cybertruck, where there's no crumple zones. You lose control. You got to slam on the brakes. You're going to get destroyed. Okay. So that's one issue. Cybertruck that I have, that I was thinking about. After starting to give in to the idea, I was starting to give in. Not that I would buy one, because I still think they're so ugly. Anyway, so the second thing is, what if you're like a terrible guy, a criminal, a bad guy, evil, horrible person? You want to do some damage, you want to steal something, you want to rob a bank, you want to drive a vehicle into a crowd or something. Cybertruck, it's going to be it's going to be great for them, but it's going to be great. It's going to be terrible for everybody else, for the public. Because for one, like I said, it's heavy. It's bulletproof, so even the cops can't even stop you. They can't even shoot you. You got some run flat tires on them. You can't even stop the vehicle. They'll drive over strips, nails, all kinds of things. So that can't be responsible. So, and like I said, and also it's faster than heck. So a cop car can't even catch up to a Cybertruck. And if they did catch up to it, they couldn't stop it because it's bulletproof. Get that steel exoskeleton. So I'm wondering if the truck now should even be made at all. I'm thinking maybe, unless they have answers. Maybe they're giving cops remote controls so they can turn one off if something goes crazy. But I think it's going to be more dangerous than it is going to be anything else. So hopefully they have figured out all these things and they thought about all this stuff, because I thought of it and I hope they have an answer to it. Alright? Well, that's all I got. That's my concerns. Cybertruck might be too dangerous, might be too strong for the general public. For your knucklehead 18-year-old or somebody stupid or crazy or rude or evil that wants to do bad. Alright, thanks for watching Paul's Picks, and make sure, tell me what you think. Tell me, am I crazy? Am I paranoid? Put it on the comments. Hit like or subscribe. Thanks, appreciate you.